From beautiful San Diego, California, Petco Park is the site of Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN Sports. Game 2 of a weekend set, and we welcome Cub fans from all over the country watching on WGN America, America's home for baseball. And if you would like a news and weather update, the WGN News is online now at WGNTV.com and also on CLTV. And for our local viewers, a full report follows the game on Channel 9. Great to have you with us, along with Jim DeShays. I'm Len Casper. The Cubs a 5-1 winner last night. They've now won 4 of 5, and good to see them scoring some runs again.
Yeah, you couldn't have scripted it any better. Jake Arrieta was dominant for 6 innings. Carlos Villanueva came in for 3 relatively stress-free innings in relief, and the offense came to life in the 4th inning. A bunt single in advance of the Rizzo 2-run home run. Ultimately, that's all the Cubs would need, but they added on in the 5th with 3 more. A lot of people getting in on the act. Barney with an RBI single. Bonifacio pushed that curveball into right to drive in Darwin Barney. Just a series of really good at-bats. After Stoltz had gone 3 hitless innings to start the ball game, the Cubs figured him out. And a pretty clean game in all phases, pitching, hitting, and defense. The stars offensively, Anthony Rizzo, last 10 road games, hitting .314 with an OPS up over 1,000. And Junior Lake has really cut down on the strikeouts. His numbers really good here of late.
Yeah, and a lot of Cub fans were calling for Lake and Olt to be in the lineup every day, and basically that has happened here lately, and they're both in the lineup tonight. We'll tell you who they'll be facing, the pitching matchup, and more on the Cubs hurlers when we come back to San Diego. Brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Ford, manufacturers of America's best-selling brand. Check out our best-selling lineup at your local Ford store or online at localfordstores.com. And by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Welcome back to Petco Park here in San Diego. The Cubs continue to get excellent starting pitching with Jake Arrieta back in the mix now. Got his first win last night. Things looking very good.
Yeah, Arrieta was really good last night, continuing a trend of recent outstanding starts by the Cubs. In the month of May, the Cubs pitching staff has the best ERA in the National League. Last time through the rotation, glittering performances by all 5 of the guys, including tonight's starter, Edwin Jackson, who was really, really good last time out against Milwaukee. But everybody, Samardzija, Hamill, Wood, and again last night, Arrieta, really did last time through.
And Edwin tonight will try to keep that stellar May ERA intact.
Yeah, command of the fastball has been great. The slider's been nasty. $1.80 is the ERA for Edwin in 3 May starts. 20 innings, 16 hits. The walk number's way down. He's punched out 23 while issuing only the 3 walks. He has struggled against this Padre club.
The Padres have a lot of injuries. Tim Stauffer had been in the bullpen. He gets the start tonight. Robbie Erlin goes on the DL.
Yeah, their rotation is a bit of a mess right now. The Cubs are catching them at the right time. An anemic offense. Their best pitchers are hurt, and Bud Black is forced to bring guys out of his bullpen to make starts.
Well, it's a long stretch of road games. The Cubs, including last night, 20 of 26 away from Wrigley Field. We're in San Diego for Game 2. On WGN TV, brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Gorgeous night here in San Diego. Now the Cubs lineup brought to you by Mazda and the 2014 Mazda 3 with seamless connectivity. Bonifacio Lake red hot with an 8-game hitting streak. The former Padre Anthony Rizzo, the game-winning homer last night. Starlin Castro trying to snap an 0 for 10. Luis Valbuena gets the nod at second. The catchers Wellington Castillo. Nate Scherholtz is in right. Mike Alt with his 9 home runs, lurking in the 8th spot with the pitcher Jackson batting 9th.
And we'll look at the Padres defensively. It's Seth Smith in left field, Cameron Maben center, Will Venable is the right fielder, Headley, Cabrera, Jerko Alonso on the infield. Cabrera made a heck of a play last night in the hole to take a hit away from Mike Holt. Yasmani Grandal is the catcher for the Pods tonight, and right-hander Tim Stauffer out of the bullpen to make the start. 1-0 with a 241, 12 appearances, all in relief. He has been a starting pitcher in his career, exclusively a starter a couple of years back. As you look at the deeper numbers on Stauffer, his whip is 1.39, more of a ground ball type pitcher and a fly ball guy, a little below average in terms of strikeout rate, and the walk rate a little higher too.
Greg Gibson, who is a native of Ohio, now resides in Kentucky. He'll handle the plate. Phil Cuzzy, the crew chief Jerry Davis, and Quinn Walcott are on the bases. Unofficially 63 degrees, and yeah, it's San Diego, just fill in the blank. You pretty much know what you're going to get, and it's usually pretty good. So more blue skies tonight, pretty overcast last night, and Stauffer with a strike on Bonifacio to get us started. Stauffer obviously having pitched in relief all year, it's probably not going to go very deep into this game, maybe about 60 pitches. So he'll try to be efficient and give his team as many innings as he can. Don Roach, a right-hander who originally was tentatively slated to start tomorrow night for the injured Andrew Kashner, is available in long relief to back up Stauffer.
Yeah, Padres haven't announced their starter for tomorrow yet, and a lot will probably depend on what happens here tonight.
Yeah, the speculation is Billy Buckner, who's currently in the minor leagues, as Bonifacio swings and misses for strike 3.
Well, Stauffer has got a 4-pitch mix. He'll throw both a 2 and a 4-seam fastball. He'll cut it, change up and a curveball. That's where he wanted to throw that one, but he got away with it.
You might notice Padres are wearing their retro unis from 1984. They are celebrating the 30th anniversary of their National League pennant winning team. Steve Garvey, Kurt Bavacqua, Terry Kennedy and company. A bunch of members of that club throwing out ceremonial first pitches tonight. Gary Templeton. And the pitch, Junior Lake. Now the 9-game hitting streak. That'll be a double. Boy, is he hot. That's his 15th hit over these last 9 games.
He's taking advantage early in counts. When he gets a pitch to hit, he's just going ahead and taking a whack at it. He's not overthinking it. And that's why he's been able to cut down the strikeout rate. It's not like he's being really patient and working walks. He's not doing that, but he's putting the ball in play with authority.
Well, the former Padre Rizzo, with his 8th go-ahead RBI last night, the 2-run homer that he just massacred. I was talking to him today. I mean, that's as well as he can hit a ball, and it got about, what, 5 feet over the fence in right center.
Stoltz, a crafty lefty, challenged him with the 3-1 fastball and wishes he could have had it back.
Rizzo knows this ballpark pretty well, and so the one thing you really have to battle as a hitter is when you're taking batting practice and you square up balls and they don't leave the yard, you start to swing harder to try to hit home runs, and it really messes with your swing. The kick and the 0-1 is inside.
"27 games here at Petco, and did not have a lot of success when he was first called to the big leagues by the Padres."
Stauffer, 6'1", 209, born in Portland, Maine. He's about as far away from Portland, Maine now as you could be and still be in the continental United States. One corner of the country to the other. The longest tenured Padre currently. Two and two on a very patient batter, Anthony Rizzo.
One of the league leaders in walks, on base percentage, pitches seen.
Stauffer in his 11th year in the Padres organization with a pitch, and it's hit foul. Still 2 and 2.
Yeah, that's the one pitch, that breaking ball from a right-handed hitter down and in. That's a pitch he'll chase from time to time.
It's Lake at second. He doubled with 1 out. Now Rizzo in a battle here with Stauffer. Randall sets up shop toward the outside, and the pitch hit in the air to left. Coming out and making the catch is Smith for out number 2.
It was 2011 that Stauffer was a regular in the rotation for the Padres. Made 31 starts that year. Was 9 and 12 with a 373. Missed just about all of 2012 with an elbow injury, ultimately had surgery. He had shoulder surgery and missed all of 2008. He's a former first-round pick out of the University of Richmond. The Spiders.
Yeah, pretty interesting about that period in his life and career. Here's a pitch to Castro. It's off the corner. He signed for a lot less than expected because he revealed he had a small tear in his labrum. As you mentioned, first round, 4th overall in 03, ended up not pitching that year after signing because of the injury. But give him credit for his honesty. Cost him some upfront money. With the blankets out in the park, the berm out there beyond the bleachers in right center. Castro trying to give Edwin Jackson some first inning run support. 2 balls and a strike.
So his breakdowns, home and road, on base plus slugging. Better than major league average, both at home and on the road. He's had a lot of success on the road so far this year. Not last night. Took an offer.
Trying to get Lake home here with 2 outs, and that's a high strike to make it 2-2. Every umpire will call that pitch.
No, most won't. You almost never get that pitch called.
Just able to stay alive. There is a screen behind home plate, but it's still a little harrowing to have a ball come right at your face. He was able to hold up, fortunately. A pitch that bounced way out in front of home plate.
Sharp action on the curveball, never was in the strike zone. Castro able to check.
Phil Cuzzy down there at first. Sets up a payoff pitch, and he walked him. Here comes Luis Valbuena. He's got a 6-game hitting streak, 11 hits during this stretch. Get his batting average up over 260. Driving up that pitch count for Stauffer here early on. In the air and foul. Back behind third. Pitch number 20 of the inning for Stauffer. Much better here in May for Valbuena.
And not factored there is the on-base percentage for all the walks he's been taking too. And a very good player here the last month or so.
Cubs got Valbuena on waivers from the Toronto Blue Jays on opening day. It's in the dirt.
A lot of pressure on these Padre pitchers because their offense has been so bad. Very little margin for error. And, you know, if you're a starting pitcher for a Padre and you give up a crooked number in the first, you feel like there's very a limited chance that you're going to win the ball game. There's Buddy Black back in uniform. He missed yesterday's ball game. Went to his daughter's graduation from the University of Maryland.
Yeah, Valbuena joined the team opening day 2012. That's a strike. Did he swing?
I don't know what's going on. Maybe a cross up at home plate.
Oh, it was a called strike. Okay.
Called strike.
As I say, Valbuena was not too happy with the call. So 1-2. The pitch. We'll do it again.
Stauffer in his last relief appearance threw 3 innings, 52 pitches. That was up in Denver against the Rockies. So to that end, he's stretched out a little bit. Yeah, Buddy Black in a bit of a precarious situation. His starter, Eric Stultz, only gave him 4 2/3 last night. Or I guess I should say Dave Roberts' starter last night. Roberts, the bench coach, was filling in for Black.
He didn't really have a chance to manage much. Got a first inning home run from Seth Smith, but once the Cubs took the lead, there wasn't much happening.
No, I think the biggest challenge he had all last night was how long to go with Stultz, because they knew they were short with their pitching staff. Tried to get as much out of him as he could.
Valbuena lifts to left, and this one will become a souvenir. A lot of Cub fans in the area there. A long half inning here, and the Cubs still without a run. They've had a couple of base runners and a bunch of deep counts.
Racking up that precious time of possession.
Already 25 pitches for Stauffer. Change up in the dirt. It's full, 3-2.
Pitch that some guys might offer at, but Valbuena not very often. Gonna need to get a new ball here. Everybody moves with the pitch. Double should score 2.
There they go, and the pitch is hit in the air to right, but it's just not going to carry. Venable the catch on the warning track, and the inning is over. Edwin Jackson to the mound when we come back. Starting lineup written out by Bud Black, the manager. Everth Cabrera will start it. He's the shortstop. Cameron Maybin is in center. Seth Smith having quite a month of May. Chase Headley, the third baseman, under 200. So is Yonder Alonso. So is Jed Jerko. So is Will Venable. Yasmani Grandal just above the 200 mark. And the pitcher Stauffer hitting ninth.
Cubs in the field. Bonifacio in center. Lake on one side, Shearholtz the other. Holt, Castro, Valbuena, Rizzo third to first. Castillo behind the plate. Edwin Jackson shortly stride atop the mound. He's 3-3 with a 398. Way better than he was at this point last year. 9 starts under his belt. He has struck out 49, walked 20. We take a look at his numbers. 1.34 whip. A little higher than league average, which is 1.28. That's walks plus hits per innings pitched. Too more of a ground ball type pitcher. Mixing in a little slow curve now. It's a good get over, get ahead pitch for him. Power slider.
Padres not scoring. They've dropped 4 in a row. And now on the season, averaging under 3 runs per game. Only team in the majors that has not at least averaged 3 per contest.
3 or fewer in more than half of their games. Major league high. 8 shutouts for the Padres.
Well, they're really lucky they're getting the pitching they're getting. Third in the majors with a 3.15 ERA.
Yeah, and you obviously have to qualify all that by saying that home ballpark is a really good pitcher's ballpark, so the pitching numbers are going to be better, the hitting numbers are going to be down. But when you adjust for the ballpark, it's still pretty bad what they're doing offensively.
And they've barely had Carlos Quentin. Started on the DL, and right now day to day. A groin injury. There's a first strike of the night from Edwin. 3-1.
Yeah, and reasonable to expect that they'll get more out of Jerko, who was really good last year in his rookie year. Alonso, I think that all these guys, it's reasonable to expect. But here we are, pretty much at the quarter pole, and if you're Bud Black, you're scratching your head saying, "Man, I've kind of played this hand a while now. I don't know what the plan B would be." Everybody, when a player struggles, everybody says, "Well, get new players." Well, where are you going to get them?
Andrew Cashner's on the DL. "3-2" is slapped the other way in the left. Second hit of the series for the speedy Cabrera. Well, we got a late night, a Friday night here in San Diego. Send us your Cubs selfies. Hashtag WGN Cubs. We got the disco ball up in the booth. We're ready to party Friday night. Yeah, I tweeted from our Len and JD Twitter account that catch us tonight here on WGN, and said that we get a little loopy sometimes on the West Coast.
Yeah, late night.
It's a little past our bedtime. Send us an email. You can find us on Facebook as well. Len and JD at Tribune.com. Yeah. We're going to be rocking the house tonight. Base Steelers lead over there by Cabrera, not going. Maybin bunts, and it'll kick foul.
Tough to bunt that ball that high moving in on you.
Drives back in safely. Well, these uniforms elicit a lot of reaction. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen, or it's the worst. And the brown and mustard with a little orange mixed in is not something you see a lot in sports, but when you see it, you think San Diego Padres. Got by Alt in a hurry. Cabrera racing toward third. He's going to be held there, and they've got him at second and third with nobody out.
Edwin Jackson has not beaten the Padres in his career. He's 0-4 with a .585 ERA as a starter in 8 ball games. Pitched here once last year, got knocked around pretty good. And this one up in the zone as well. Cabrera pushing it hard, but Glenn Hoffman, the third base coach, wisely throws up the stop sign.
And now a guy hitting .433 this month. 26 for 60.
Absolutely punishing right-handed pitching. He doesn't get many at-bats against lefties. Although the way he's swinging it, that may change. And the way the rest of the guys are not swinging on this club, I would think Bud Black would want him in there as much as possible.
He's hitting .423 at home. Only Troy Tulowitzki has a better home batting average in all of baseball. Swing and a miss.
Change. Not often used, but can be a very effective weapon for Edwin against a dangerous left-handed hitter. May has been good to him.
The 1-1 hit foul.
Somebody made a play.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what you would expect.
Yep. Tough hitters park, but so far Smith has been able to tame it. Well, here's what all the excitement is about.
Well, we couldn't catch one last night. We had 2 shots at it, and that guy, piece of cake. The 1-2 to Smith, and he just punches that one out into right center. Cabrera's going to score, so will Maben. When you're hot, you're hot. And everything Seth Smith touches these days turns to gold. Hit a home run last night. They have 3 runs in the series, and he's knocked them all in.
Now, we talk a lot about two-strike approach, and just a real nice swing here by Smith. Just kind of drops the head on that backdoor breaking ball. It looked like they were trying to go down and in. They were trying to bury that slider in on him. It just stays out over the plate. And that's always dangerous. The 2-strike breaking ball that stays in the zone, you're asking for trouble.
Now Chase Headley, still nobody out. Single, double, single. The Pods lead 2-0. So these uniforms, you like them?
No, don't.
My thought is they own the color scheme, and to me, I would go back to maybe not this particular look, but something with brown in it. You not so much.
I don't like the vibrant orange that's in there. I could just do the kind of the brown and yellow, brown and gold.
You get one at second. That's it.
Yeah, Smith, I don't know why he didn't run harder there. I think he would have been better off trying to beat that ground ball than to wait and allow himself to be forced at second base, because if he's able to get on the other side of that ground ball, Valbuena probably only has first base. See, that kind of just really breaks it down there.
I agree. Yeah, it's a good call.
Even if you get hit by that ball, the end result's the same. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Alonso with good numbers against Jackson, 6 out of 12 in his career.
I like the uni in that it's nostalgic. You harken back to in earlier times. It's kind of fun.
That ball hit a ton out into right center, way back there, and it's gone. A 2-run homer for Yonder Alonso, and just like that, it's 4-0. Feels like a week's worth of runs for this offense.
Just the second ball that Alonso has hit out of the ballpark this year. Reading some stories about their club the other day. There has been some talk about he and Jerko both picking it up a little bit in terms of the swings that they've had. And Jackson's struggles against the Padres continue. A lot of the faces have changed, but faces the San Diego club, not a lot of good things have happened for him. Can we get a mulligan?
It was a curveball that didn't do much.
Fans booing, thinking that he was taking a shot at Jerko, but it's just a curveball that he didn't finish. I mean, one more of those away from a Chris Bosio trip to the mound. Flew open on the changeup. Nothing working right now for Edwin.
A really nice string of starts coming into tonight.
Two starts against the Padres last year. One at Wrigley, one here. He allowed 13 earned runs in 10 2/3 innings. Good pitch. Soft breaking ball. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the box score from the game here last year. That's the one where the Cubs scored 6 in the first. Ended up losing 8-6.
Castro to Rizzo for the out. Yeah, it's a pretty small sample size, but it has not been a good sample size for Edwin. Will Venable. The 1-1 pitch is rolled foul back of the plate. Long stretch of road games for the Cubs. 19 of 25, including tonight, away from home, taking us well into June. But Rick Renteria back home, kind of. Grew up in Los Angeles. Lives now in Temecula, which is about an hour north of San Diego, and spent 6 years on the Padres Major League staff. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Rough first for Jackson. He gives up 4 runs on 4 hits. And it's 4-0 San Diego.
Jarvis fires away. That's a fly ball deep to left. Back. That's it. That's it. Hey, he did it. Ernie Banks got number 500. A line drive shot into the seats and left. The ball tossed to the bullpen. Everybody on.
That's our Southwest Airlines Wrigley 100 moment. Ernie Banks' 500th home run. May 12th, 1970. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. 2 quick strikes on Wellington Castillo. The Cubs have work to do. They are 14-6 when they score 4 or more, which they'll have to do to win tonight. They'll have to get at least 5. They're 3-22 when they don't get to 4. So that kind of has been their magic number offensively.
It is for most clubs.
Yep. Stauffer working quickly, and he makes quick work of Castillo.
So the next homestand features games with the Mets and the Marlins, and we're going to celebrate the 1940s. The planned festivities include music, food, and giveaways that mirror the 40s. For more information, visit WrigleyField100.com. Tickets are available for every game in that homestand, so visit Cubs.com to purchase.
That particular uniform, obviously, that was a black and white photo. The road Chicago with the Cubs blue and the red underline. I really like that one.
Are they breaking that one out on the next homestand?
I don't know if they will, because it's a road one. I don't think so.
Stauffer getting really good movement on his 2-seam fastball tonight. He's been up with it a little bit. Hasn't really cost him yet.
Yeah, that's a real sharp road uniform. Trying to get a better shot of that later in color.
Maybe even living color. Nate had a double last night. Picked on a breaking ball, whacked it into the right field corner. Still looking for that first long one.
Hit foul into the Padres dugout. I think the dugouts here are closer to home plate than maybe any in baseball. They're deep, but they're not long.
Got him.
Yeah, I did. I heard 2 sounds, and so did Greg Gibson.
A little glancing ball, a little bit of a delayed reaction from Nate Sherholtz, and that's why I think Buddy Black was up on the top step asking Gibson, are you sure? Because that's not the typical reaction you see from a hitter who's been hit on the hands with a fastball. Thought about going to the bat phone, but decided didn't need to.
Strike called on Mike Olt, hitting 8th tonight. Seen increased playing time for Olt and Lake here lately. Swing and a miss. Stauffer, I mentioned, born in Portland, Maine, went to high school in Saratoga Springs, New York, and then off to the University of Richmond.
his horse naturally won up in Saratoga. Ever been there? Pretty town.
I have not. I have friends from there.
That power threat down near the bottom of the order. One swing of the bat could cut this thing in half. Even though not a high average hitter, it's nice to have a dangerous hitter down there because it just puts a little more heat on the pitcher. You know, a lot of clubs, their lineups are so soft near the bottom, 7, 8, 9. Unless the pitcher can swing it a little bit, it just, you know, it makes for kind of a stress-free stretch for a pitcher. Nice to have a thumper down there like Old.
Ground ball. Cabrera dives. The flip. Out at second.
Man, we might have to look at that one.
What a play. He's made a couple of Gold Glove type plays already in this series.
No argument from Nate. I thought he was going to beat it. Yeah, another pretty play by Schierholtz. The play last night going the other direction was one fine play, and we'll get a good look at it here. From his belly, the backhanded flip. Yeah, looks like they got him.
And it was against Alt last night,
yeah.
So he's taken away 2 hits from Mike in this series. Stop it, Everth.
Showing tremendous range in both directions. Here's the play last night. This ball's got some topspin pace to it, and he's just so under control. That's what impressed me about the play. The fact that he went so far, but you know, he knows his own skill set. He knows he's got enough arm to make this throw, so he doesn't panic, doesn't rush it. Makes a great throw.
One-two to Jackson. A humpback liner, and it's handled by Cabrera. Shut down second for Stauffer. Andy Pafko a few years ago. That's that uniform, the roadie from the 1940s. Love it. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. A lot of guys going down with injuries. Been a rough go here for the Rangers as of late. We know about Jose Fernandez as well. And look at that bottom note, almost 7,000 total days missed. It's like Feels like a lifetime, doesn't it? Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, helping you move better so you could live better. Visit IBJI.com.
I read in the paper today the Rangers have used the DL 14 times, 14 different players on the disabled list, twice as much as anybody in the game. Taking that big guy out of the middle of the lineup, that's a big blow. Okay.
Yasmani Grandal, one of their 3 catchers, saw Nick Hundley last night. Grandal is a switch hitter. 1 strike on him. 20 hits, 10 have been for extra bases. It was a lost season last year for him. Just 28 games, .216 batting average in between suspension and injury. Positive PED test. Missed the first 50 games while suspended, then had right knee surgery in August.
2012, he was up for 60 games, 192 at bats, and showed promise at .297, the .394 on base, .469 slugging percentage.
3-1. Rough ride in the first for Edwin Jackson. Faced 7 and 4 of them scored. Three and 2.
His mission obviously just keep the Padres right there, and the Cubs will likely get a shot at the Padres middle relief here tonight. Stauffer probably won't be able to take this one too deep.
Now their bullpen has been really good, but they may have to use a lot of it tonight. Well, I guess you kind of consider this a piggyback situation with Roach ready to back up Stauffer. Cubs got a 3-inning save last night out of Carlos Villanueva, something you don't see that often. First time Cubs have had a 3-inning save since 2007. That's deep to left, and an opposite field homer for Grandal. His 5th of the year.
All right, we talked about Mike Holt lurking down there in the 8-hole for the Cubs. Grandal, too, despite the numbers this year, a guy who looks like he's going to be a pretty good big league hitter, riding one out of the ballpark the other way. Who says this is a tough home run ballpark? 2-seam fastball in a bad spot. Up. No sink, just stayed on plane, and he rode it out of here for his 5th home run. It's a nice commodity, switch hitting catcher with a little power. The work by Arrieta and Villanueva really looking important now, because in all likelihood it's going to be a quick move to the bullpen for the Cubs tonight.
Already behind Stauffer 2-0.
The downside, of course, is you know, in a game like this, usually you want a guy like Carlos you can hand the ball to, say, hey, go give me 3 or 4 innings, but you know, he's not available tonight.
Popped into shallow right. Sherholtz jogging in. 1 away. Tim Stauffer may be campaigning for some extra pitches tonight. He's going, Skip, I got a 5-0 lead. You're not going to let me get through 5 tonight?
Yeah, he'll be lobbying hard for that.
Cabrera started the first with a base hit.
Say, don't you remember when I was drafted by the Padres and I left that money on the table because I had an injured arm? Remember how loyal I was?
And the home run ball had not been a problem for Jackson going into this start. He had given up 2 in his first 54 1/3 innings. And he's allowed 2 already tonight. This one in the left.
My imagination, or it's the pace with which Ricky Renteria is chewing his gum, has it picked up here since the season started.
That'd be right.
That's the stress of the job. Hey, so visit the Cubs Authentics auction page every Sunday night for your chance to own one-of-a-kind game-used Cubs items. This week's auction will feature the 1937 Cubs throwback uniforms, one worn this past Sunday, and go to Cubs.com Authentics to bid on these jerseys and other unique game-used items.
Maben doubled in the first.
Initially trying to get a bunt down and bunt and foul, and then hit a double down the third baseline.
Comes Chris Bosio. Hey, while we have a second, we want to send out congratulations to Jim and April Obojkowicz. Proud new parents, Della Jane, born today, 21 inches, 8 pounds, 6 ounces. Newest Cub fan. Jim has been with the Cubs for a long time, and congrats to mom and dad.
That's great news.
And the whole family. Big Jim. Padres 10-2 when they score 5 or more. So that tells you right there that it doesn't happen a lot.
Led the league in stolen bases 2 seasons ago with 44, becoming the first Padre ever to lead the league in steals.
He was leading the league last year when he got suspended. The final 50 games. Violating baseball's drug program.
Pretty aggressive lead out there, and he's got Edwin Jackson's full attention.
He just cannot put the ball where he wants to.
He's just out of whack mechanically. You know, get knocked around a little bit in the first inning. You get a little frustrated. Finding no consistency with the release point.
And as huge a performance as Arrieta and Villanueva gave the Cubs last night, this is a night where Edwin's probably got to give them innings. And nobody up in the bullpen. Called strike, throw to second late. I don't think Renteria and Bosio are interested in using 7 guys to finish off this game tonight.
No, yeah, you kind of walk that line. You ask your starting pitcher to hang in there and hope to keep it competitive. But at some point, if it's at risk of giving up 11 earned runs, then you probably make the move just to save the ERA of the starter a little bit. Try to piece it together, and sometimes coming on the heels of that, unfortunately, somebody gets sent out because you got to call somebody up who's capable of giving you some innings out of the pen going forward. But we're not to that point yet.
Smith knocked in 2 with a base hit in the opening inning. It's a small sample size, but what he's done this year is pretty remarkable. Only one time in his career has he had over 500 plate appearances. This is his 8th year in the big leagues. Has always been a very good pinch hitter. But man, has he put it all together. The 0-1 swing and a miss. There's Big Jim. And Little Della.
Well, yeah, that's the sweet spot right there. Baby on the chest and off to La La Land.
Nothing better.
Jim, your sleep patterns are going to change here a little bit for a while. What a doll.
Rizzo will scoop, and he's going to have to flip to Jackson as Maben a little too close to second to make a throw. Chase Headley is 1 homer away from tying Johnny Frederick for the most career homers by a player born in Colorado. He's got 84 in his career.
Johnny Frederick?
1929 to 34. What do you got on?
Nothing.
Played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. And his best year was his rookie year. 52 doubles, 24 homers in 1929.
Well, they just don't produce that many ball players in Colorado. They're all up in the mountains skiing and hanging out.
Two and one. So I guess Frederick, after his great rookie season, had to battle injuries. Leg injury in 1930. And again, his career did not last very long. But he is in the Pacific Coast League Hall of Fame.
Where did he play in the PCL? San Diego had a team in the PCL for a long time.
Managed Portland. Right field corner. It'll be a fair ball. Padres add another run. Headley racing towards second. Throw is in time, but on a bounce, and Castro could not corral it.
It's getting ugly.
2-run double.
Don't chase that changeup. Those never work. Almost never.
Top 2 hitters on base 4 times combined and 4 runs. Well, okay, so here's the debate, and you alluded to it earlier. If it comes down to Jackson's ERA versus using most of your bullpen, what do you do?
Well, it's right now because it is so early in the game. You gotta
guys are
try to
stretching.
get something out of it.
Yeah, they're stretching in the bullpen. We haven't seen anybody pick up a ball yet. Ball was crushed by Alonso, basically same spot as Rizzo's homer last night. Holt reaches in, can't get it.
The one thing we know about Edwin Jackson is he's a competitor. He doesn't quit. So sometimes you can see in a guy's body language that, just get me out of here. I'm done. I got nothing left. But Edwin will continue to compete as long as they ask him to go out there. He'll continue to pitch and battle. You'd be more concerned if you had a young guy out there without his experience.
'58th pitch of the night, slider low. So you have the 13-inning game 2 days ago. A lot of guys unavailable last night, but again bailed out by Arrieta and Villanueva. But as a manager, you just can't ever rest comfortably. It's just so
there's
hard
decisions to make in every kind of game. A close game, a blowout game. There's always managing to be done.
Always something. Called strike 3 to end the inning. They get 3 more, and it's 7-0 Padres after 2. That call by the great Jerry Coleman. 1967. Strike from Stauffer. Yeah, we're here in San Diego, and we always love running into the Hall of Fame broadcaster. Jerry passed away this past winter. His name, his legacy, his voice remains strong here in San Diego. Popped into right, still going back, and it'll be caught by Venable on the warning track. He was a Rookie of the Year, part of a bunch of Yankee championships, a war hero, World War II and Korea, and a long time voice of the Padres. Oh, doctor.
It had to be a thrill for him to call Mantle's 500th, former teammate.
The Colonel. That's not Jerry, by the way.
So just hang that star out when a Padre made a spectacular play. Well, how about the mixed knees for that home run trot? Pretty well gimped up, wasn't he?
Yeah.
This couldn't have worked out any better for Bud Black, with Stauffer having to make this emergency start out of the bullpen. Big cushion to work with.
Venable will come in this time. Hey, Cub fans, make sure you check out Len and JD's baseball blog at WGNTV.com. Sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your nationwide insurance agent. Serving the area for 36 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Backhanded play by Alonso, and a 1-2-3 third for Stauffer. 7-0, all Padres early. Xfinity, an interesting convo between Rick Renteria and Greg Gibson here between innings. Xfinity, your home for the most Live sports. Seems pretty civil.
Yeah, I have no idea what it was about. Didn't see anything transpire that previous half inning. It's too egregious.
Hey, you want a burger, by the way?
No, man.
They keep dropping off food in the radio booth, apparently. As Jerko pops up, the fryer was over there delivering food to Pat and Ron and the guys. So before we got here, the Twins were here, and then we go to San Francisco, and that's where the Twins are this weekend. And Dan Gladden apparently has been pranking Ron Coomer by leaving him certain gifts and things. And I guess one of the things is tonight, every inning, they get some sort of
food from the fryer.
Food from
fryer food, but not F-R-Y-E-R, but F-R-I-A-R. The mascot here of the Pods.
I keep getting notes from Matt Bolts and Judd Surratt. Hey, you guys want a burger?
I wish I'd known that. I would have laid off the press lounge before the game. Still trying to digest that meatloaf they had in there.
Hey, Judd. You can't hear us.
What kind of burgers they got? Stadium burgers?
I don't know.
They got some In-N-Out burgers?
One, I can tell.
Well, if it's an In-N-Out burger, I'm willing to stretch.
I'll ask.
Really? Venable was an outstanding basketball player at Princeton as well as a baseball player. So, gifted kid, right? Two-sport athlete, Ivy League education. Dad Max was a big leaguer. Princeton programs turned out a few players in recent years. Former big league catcher Scott Bradley coaches that team. The big righty Chris Young. I think he's with Seattle now. Ross Ollendorf, the big right-handed pitcher, Princeton guy.
The 3-2 is high. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Petco Park here in San Diego. Cubs and Padres, Game 2 of a 4-game weekend set. Actually, we're on WGN here now the next 4 consecutive days as we get into Memorial Day weekend. Randall and Oppo to lead off the second.
Cuban-born, came to the States when he was 10 years old. Same for the first baseman, Yonder Alonso. And both came here in a trade from Cincinnati.
1-0, fouled back.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 have reached already, either by hit or a walk. A couple of home runs, a couple doubles.
One in there. 1 and 2.
More traffic than the 5 at rush hour, or the 8, or whatever they call it here. It's always the.
Local reference. I like it. I think he went. Come on, Quinn. Make that call. Quinn Wolcott down to third. He had a better look than I did. But I like being right. Either way.
Close enough. Yeah, I think that's one where no matter what he calls, he's good.
Bonifacio's got it.
You ever see that skit on SNL, The Californians?
It sounds familiar.
Like a fake soap opera, and then
everything's about the traffic.
Yeah.
How long it takes to get from.
Yeah. And they got that kind of that Southern California accent working, and despite all the drama, all they could talk about is like, well, I took the 8 to the 5 and I got off at Santa Monica Boulevard.
We will be featuring some music tonight with a Southern California, if not San Diego flavor.
Might want to break out the good stuff pretty soon.
We've got Iron Butterflies from San Diego. So the go-to is always the 17-minute version of Inagata DeVita. Chuck and Sandy Lampe are here in San Diego this weekend, rooting on the Cubs. They made it their goal to see the Cubs play in every ballpark, and this weekend completes the National League. They have 6 more to go.
There you go. That's a bucket list.
Including Toronto, which they'll hit in September. They live in Washington, Illinois. Spend the winter in Arizona.
Do they fly from park to park, or do they just do this long
does
road
not
trip?
say their mode of transportation, but they probably take the 5 to the 8.
What are you doing here?
Stauffer bounces. Castro throws him out. All right, some Iron Butterfly. Let's go. The Friar with the radio dudes. I'm going to get a burger. Premier seating. The song's been playing since we left you. For up to 200 guests for corporate gatherings, family reunions, and bachelor or bachelorette parties. Individual and group tickets are available for all games. For more details, it's WrigleyvilleRooftops.com or call 773-248-ROOF. Outside on Castro, it's all Padres tonight. 7-0. Cubs with 1 hit That was a junior league double in the first.
Perhaps a reversal of fortune in reference to Edwin's start here last year when the Cubs scored 6 in the top half of the first, and then Padres came all the way back to win that game 8-6. Cubs still with plenty of time. Need to get a little something going though. A couple on, somebody pop one and go from there. That's what Ricky Renteria will be pushing for in his dugout. You know, keep the energy up, keep having good at bats. There you go. He's the man. He's the designated cheerleader in there.
Now we're getting it from the Southern California Cub fans here on Twitter. It's all in fun though, as Castro strikes out. Rob Fitzgerald said, I'm coming to the game tomorrow. I'm going to take the 55-5 to the 11th Avenue. Let's see. Navendor, you can't take the 8 to the 5 and get off at Santa Monica because Santa Monica doesn't hit the 5.
No, I didn't.
But you knew that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I didn't know that, but I was just throwing numbers out there. I knew there was an 8, a 5, and a Santa Monica. And of course, the Slauson cutoff.
Here's the 0-1. Got the call on the high strike on the curve. Luis's body language says it all. 0-2. Driven to deep center. Maben going back, and he will get there. That's a home run in most parks, but not at night here.
Valbuena's hit the ball pretty well twice tonight. Once to right, and now this one to straightaway center field. Nothing to show for it, but a couple of loud outs.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this park. I used to kind of feel like, tough. You know, not every park has to favor offense, but I've heard from enough position players who believe that you should be rewarded if you do what Valbuena did.
That's what road trips to Denver are for.
Okay, well, you're a pitcher, so I figured that was coming. That's 336 to the Western Metal Supply Company building. It's 322 right in the right field corner. So if you think foul poles, you've got a shot. But most guys don't play to the small part of the park. Swing and a miss. That's Frank Zappa. 7-0 Padres.
It was all we knew and easy to, so we wouldn't get it wrong. All we did was
with some rat in the background. R-A-T-T. D. Gordon with 3 steals. Jason Grilli back from the DL gets the save, and Clint Hurdle's 800th win as a big league manager. Nolan Arenado with a broken finger.
Yeah, head first slide by Arenado.
Round and round.
Seems to be it's the year of the Tommy John elbow blowout and the head first slide injury. Scratch tonight too for the Brewers. That oblique strain is acting up. On the DL with that for a while.
Brewers did win, beat Miami 9-5. They needed one. A crazy game in Atlanta last night. 1-2 on Cabrera. 2 for 2 with a steal, 2 runs. Strike 3.
In celebration of Wrigley Field's 100th season, the Cubs and MasterCard have partnered to offer a limited number of MasterCard Century seats for every game during the 2014 regular season. Fans can use their MasterCard to purchase Upper Deck box tickets for $19.14. For more information or to make your purchase, visit Cubs.com/Century Seats.
Maben. Foul strike.
If you had $22.6 million laying around, you could have picked up Norman Rockwell's painting The Rookie.
Into the left field corner. Maben 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and a walk. Do we have a name on the buyer?
No.
Or is it that's what's being offered?
No, it went sold yesterday at Christie's auction.
$22 million.
Slider backed up on Edwin, and Maben whacked it into the corner for his second double. Man, what a night he is having.
This trip will include visits to San Francisco starting Monday afternoon, and then finish up in Milwaukee. Since we're in Southern California, let's go to Wisconsin. Line shot caught by Sherholtz.
Nobody knows. We call him safe. Yeah, I call him safe.
He's safe. He didn't catch it.
Cuzzy finally made the safe sign out there.
No argument.
Edwin thinks it was caught because he was pointing out to Nate as if to say, way to go.
Yeah, Smith is standing at first. Let's see.
Yeah, now Ricky wants to come out.
He caught it. Yeah, he's got a challenge. He caught it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can see, and Cuzzy drifted out there a little bit to make the call. And I don't think Nate knows what transpired, because if he realized that this had been called safe, he would have come. Yeah, he would have come in saying, "Wait a minute, fellas." I think Nate is just now maybe realizing that he was called safe. I mean, it doesn't pop out at any point.
No,
it's a clean catch.
I didn't look at Cuzzy. I just thought he caught it. But you're right. He put the safe sign.
It was a straight up guess on the part of Cuzzy, and it couldn't be otherwise because he was completely blocked. And this really is where replay has its best value for me. I mean, it's not like the umpire made a bad call. He just made a wrong call because he couldn't see what happened.
This should not take long. So instead of first and second, 1 out, it'll be runner at second, 2 outs.
It's the holdup. Looked pretty clean.
Yeah, the first look was pretty definitive. Really, every look. Ball in glove.
Glove hits ground. Player rolls over. Ball still in glove. And there's a good look here. Never out.
Right, that's
good
the
catch.
look.
Yeah, there it is. Good use of replay right there. Here's the $22.6 million painting I was talking about, the Norman Rockwell's entitled "The Rookie." You see the young Rube shows up with his satchel and his bat and glove, ready to go to work in the Red Sox clubhouse. Teddy Ballgame and the boys there to greet him. He's probably a hayseed.
Padres will get another run. Chase Headley's knocked in 3 tonight. 8-0.
The ups and downs of baseball. Last time out, Edwin Jackson was as good as he's been in a Cub uniform. He struck at 11, single high in a Cub uniform. Chase Headley last night struck out 3 times, was roundly booed by the home crowd, but tonight he's a hero.
Rizzo will have to retreat to first. He does, and gets the throw from Valbuena. But the Go-Go's 8-0 San Diego. nothing, and Tim Stauffer will get an opportunity to qualify for the win as it comes out here in the 5th. Oh, you did. Thank you.
Right at the radio, boys. Stack o' burgers.
Eight runs on 9 hits for San Diego, 1 hit for the Cubs. Right off of JD's iPod, Billy Bacon and the Forbidden Pigs.
Not familiar with their work.
As we look at our Cubs Ford upcoming schedule. Back here on WGN tomorrow night, 9 Central. Sunday at 3, and then Monday, Memorial Day matinee from AT&T Park. Ford, go further in any one of Ford's many fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or localfordstores.com. Stauffer's numbers across the board in his career, better as a reliever than as a starter. He has been really good tonight. Change-up strike, 1-1 on Alt. Chris Coughlin on deck. He'll bat for Jackson, and it looks like Jose Veras will be the next Cubs pitcher.
Well, if this trend continues, might see a position player pitch before it's all said and done.
I have a feeling Darwin Barney may be.
That's who I was thinking.
Politicking in the dugout at some point. I watched a little of the Rangers-Tigers game. Danny Wirth was throwing a nasty knuckleball in the 9th inning yesterday in a blowout. Zolt strikes out. 5 for Stauffer.
A little bit earlier about the Padres and their longtime affiliation with the Pacific Coast League, longtime minor league team, and for a number of years unaffiliated. But at one point, they were a White Sox farm club in the early 60s for a couple of seasons.
Base hit. Coughlin keeps the inning alive. The Padres came in with the Expos, 69. And have not had a no-hitter, nor have they had anyone hit for the cycle in their franchise's history.
Celebrating the '84 season here when they won the pennant, beat the Cubs, of course, and then went on to lose to the Tigers in the World Series.
Kevin Quackenbush up in the bullpen. So Jackson's ERA rockets up to 4.94. He shaved about a half a run off in his last start. What a play by Alonso to Stauffer. Padres doing everything right tonight.
Bonifacio indicating that he thought he was safe. I don't know if he thought that they didn't get the bag. I don't think he beat the play. Oh, I see. Yeah, possibly Stauffer didn't get the front of the bag with his toe. That's what Bonifacio's arguing, and that's why the Padres have not left the field. And Ricky Renneria is doing the moonwalk out there as he checks into his dugout.
I got it.
Yeah, he looked like he missed it originally and then was able to drag his foot across the top of the bag, and maybe Bonifacio's arguing by the time he got the bag, he beat it, but I don't know. That's tough. If they don't have a better look, I don't know that they'll be able to overturn it.
On that look, it looked like he was safe, but is it conclusive?
Yeah.
Phil Cuzzi with another call that has been challenged.
Yeah, if we had an angle from the other side, might be able to see ultimately how that foot race worked out. And maybe they do in New York.
Second challenge in as many half innings.
That's a play by Alonso, though. He made a heck of a play on a bunt in the ball game last night. A little pop-up bunt that he let drop, turned it into a double play. Cabrera's been bouncing all over the field making plays.
And this is the angle you wanted. Foot is not on the bag, and now.
Oh, yeah, it's it's really hard to tell. I think baseball ultimately is going to have to go to a system kind of like the NFL with the challenge flag, where the managers aren't going to be able to go out and look back into the dugout and wait to get the thumbs up or down. I think it's just going to be a bang bang play and they feel like the call was missed, challenge it right away. And no, maybe not. I mean, it hasn't been a real big issue, but some of the delays are a little longer than everybody would like.
Well, I just think the idea of the manager going out and standing there looking into the dugout is superfluous. So call stands. Cue the music. Inning over. Still 8-0.
Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Move them up. Head them up.
Frankie Lane, who actually was born on the near west side of Chicago, passed away here in San Diego in 2007 at 93 years old. Jose Barris got to whittle away at an ERA that is rather unsightly.
Yeah, not much has gone right for Jose so far this year. Signed in the winter, expected to be the closer, struggled throughout spring training, and has struggled a great deal here in the regular year. Devil of a time just commanding his pitches. Curveball's been all over the map.
Strike called on Jerko. You see the story in Atlanta? Freddie Gonzalez yanked Chris Johnson out of the game because of a tunnel tantrum.
He snapped. Yeah, I knew that was a little bit of an issue there.
Pulled him in the second inning.
Yeah, they've talked to him. It just gets a little old after a time. I mean, guys are going to snap every now and then, but CJ's a really good guy, but he just loses it a little too frequently.
He apologized after the game. Braves beat the Rockies 3-2. Base hit left field. Cub fans, if you want to manage the game along with Rick Renteria, log on to WGNTV.com. Right now, click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and info while watching at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape. Pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more. Venable, strikeout and a walk. 0-1.
No, he didn't go. Got it right. Well, Stauffer's gone 5. He's pitched enough to qualify for the win. Somebody playing catch out there in the Padres bullpen. Nobody really warming up, so looks like Stauffer's going to go 6 at least here tonight. It's Joaquin Benoit.
To right as he played Nate Scherholtz. Mentioned D. Gordon with those steals earlier as the Dodgers shut out the Phillies 2-0 tonight. Carl Crawford with a home run. Clayton Kershaw went 6, gave up just 2 hits after a rough outing his last time up, or last time out rather.
Pretty much bet on that, couldn't you, that he'd bounce back with a good one?
Yeah. Mark Reynolds hit 2 2-run homers. Giancarlo Stanton, Garrett Jones each hit 2 homers for Miami. Chris Davis hit a home run. 7 homers combined, the most in the short history of Marlins Park. 9-5 Milwaukee the final. It's Rene Rivera on deck for Stauffer.
And somebody is now warming up.
The 0-1 curve strike. Reds beat the Cardinals 5-3. Looks like it'll be Quackenbush. But Waz is kind of messing around.
Yeah, he's just playing a little catch. Looks like Quackenbush had been up earlier, so he just sat down for a bit. Now just finishing up.
3-run homer for Todd Frazier tonight for the Reds.
Remember, Bailey meets Shelby Miller. Cardinals have had Bailey's number, but tonight he got the W. I'm talking about that breaking ball of Veras. It's just been very inconsistent for him.
And the Pirates win over the Nationals. Charlie Morton got his first win against 6 defeats. Pirates have won 3 in a row. Braves 3-2, as I mentioned, over the Rockies. Toronto's won 9 of 11. 3-2 over the A's.
It's the first place Toronto Blue Jays.
They lead the majors in home runs. Kick and the 3-2 called strike 3.
Fastball right there, and Grandal maybe looking breaking ball, maybe looking away, but punch out for Veras, and here comes the pinch hitter Rene Rivera.
Tigers snapped a 4-game skid, 7-2 over Texas. Rough night for former Cub Scott Baker. 6 runs and 8 hits allowed. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Rays over the Red Sox 1-0. Cole Figueroa pinch hit RBI double in the last of the ninth.
Red Sox are reeling.
8 in a row they've dropped. Baltimore beat Cleveland 8-4. Chris Davis went deep and knocked in 4 runs. Nelson Cruz at number 15 as well.
For Cruz ties him with Jose Abreu, top the American League leaderboard. Each with 15. Pujols and Edwin Encarnacion have hit 13.
Adam Dunn put one on the board. 2-run homer, bottom of the ninth. White Sox beat the Yankees 6-5.
Should have been strike 3.
Derek Jeter had 2 hits. But the Yankees have dropped the first 2 of that 4-game series. A 1-2. Rivera went around, and the inning is over. Padres will go into their bullpen when we come back. 8-0 San Diego. Rough night for Edwin Jackson. 4 innings, 8 runs all earned. Cabrera, Maben, Headley. Big night tonight for them. Pretty much all the Padres. Start something special with great leases and low financing on a new Honda. Visit shophonda.com or visit your local Honda dealer. That is Kevin Quackenbush.
Of course it is, and Kevin Quackenbush is working for the 6th time here for San Diego this year. No wins, no losses, a 3.18 ERA with a 105 batting average against. Stauffer, 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, couple of walks, 5 strikeouts. In position to pick up his 2nd win.
.6'4", 220. A strike called on Junior Lake. Good here under the game summary. Track from the great movie Almost Famous, Stillwater band. Connection to San Diego is Cameron Crowe. He's from here. Center field, Maben with the catch. One away.
Should I know who Cameron Crowe is?
Yes.
Who is he?
Cameron Crowe is a great filmmaker.
Oh.
And at a very young age, was doing interviews for Rolling Stone. Yeah, I'm going to have to give you some Cameron Crowe movies to check out. You've seen Jerry Maguire,
yeah.
Right? He directed that. I mentioned Almost Famous. Singles, great.
I'm writing these down.
He wrote Fast Times at Ridgemont High, based on his
Jeff Spicoli
high school experience.
Used to play shortstop for the Padres. Khalil Green, he was the Jeff Spicoli lookalike.
You're right. I think Bob Guerin might have gone to high school around the time Cameron Crowe did. So yeah, you know Cameron Crowe.
Now I do, yeah.
Oh, you do. And that song was in his movie. And Cameron Crowe is married to one of the Wilsons from Heart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw them on television not too long ago. They're sounding good. Eating some food, learning about Cuba. When's Travis Wood get a pitch? Tomorrow?
I believe so.
I think he is. Against TBD. That's a good AB. Willing to take the walk in the blowout game.
Yeah.
Just stay within your game plan. Don't get giddy. Flailing away just because it's a lopsided game. That's how you fall into bad habits.
Nancy Wilson. They were married for a long time, got divorced in 2010.
Sorry to hear that. They were lovely together.
Considering you didn't know who Cameron Crowe was,
yeah, but
you're still sorry to hear it. Okay,
well, he seems like a nice fellow now. The more I learn about him. Quackenbush looks like he just came out of a duck blind. Maybe just the quack has got me thinking along those lines. Been up and down a couple of times already this year. Down at El Paso, their AAA club, he was really good. A 1.26 ERA. In 13 appearances for the, I think they're the Chihuahuas, the El Paso team.
So we got to come up with our all bullpen name team. Because I think Quackenbush would be in it. Tim Spooneybarger.
Spooneybarger, yeah.
I think he'd be in it. You can think of some other good pitcher names, relievers preferably. Send us a tweet or an email.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
The one I always liked was William Van Landingham.
Van Landingham, there you go.
His name went all the way, way across his jersey. It was a very regal sounding name.
Double play ball. Not a good throw, but Alonso able to pick it. Mr. Hand. 8-zip.
Some food, learning about Cuba.
We come back here to San Diego, 8-0 Padres trying to even up this 4-game set. Jose Veras back out there. Outside on Everth Cabrera.
Veras allowed a leadoff single last inning, but then got Venable, Grandal, and the pinch hitter Rivera to get through the 5th after Edwin Jackson went 4.
Backhanded play by Castro, and he gets Cabrera. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Back here at Petco Park, high atop the ballpark with that shot. I like it.
Where's that camera?
It's on the building across the way.
That's pretty neat. Did you know that Rickey Henderson was born in Chicago?
Yes, on Christmas Day.
I did not know that he was born in Chicago.
Yeah. Am I right on Christmas?
I don't,
58 or 59.
Maybe, yeah, I'm just excited because you brought up the Johnny Tucker being the all-time home run hitter from Colorado, and I said, well, I just decided to pull up the Illinois list, and Ricky's there at number 6 on the list with 297 home runs. I did not realize he was born in Chicago. Grew up in the Bay Area. Jim Thome, of course, the leader of that list, 612 for Thome. Gary Gaetti second. Sean Green, Greg Luzinski, and Fred Lynn rounding out the top 5. Freddie Lynn, also born in Chicago. I did not know that either.
Strike 3 call. Number 3 for Veras.
Trying to take something positive out of a blowout game like this, and maybe it's a positive outing for Jose Veras that you hang your hat on tonight. Command of that fastball outside part of the plate, down around the knees at 94.
Chopper foul. Varys with another strikeout, and they go 1-2-3 for the first time. Fan cam. That guy really likes Matthew Sweet.
How did he know to dance to our song? It's pretty impressive.
It just worked out that way. Your Cubs selfies for the future. We're on every day here for a while. Hashtag WGN Cubs. We are still putting together our all bullpen surname.
You've been grinding away over there.
Righty lefty. We're going to make sure we've got a balanced group. 2-0 on Valbuena. Kevin Quackenbush. A low strike. 2-1.
They used to have a Clutterbuck here.
Brian Clutterbuck. I don't know if he's going to make the cut though. We have pretty high standards. Deep to right for Valbuena. And it's off that LED board, and he'll have a double.
Well, that's the third good swing he's had tonight. 2 deep drives for outs. Finally rewarded for his good work with his leadoff double. Middle in fastball.
Cross up.
Cost himself a base and may have cost himself a strike too. Usually the catcher can react to the breaking ball, but this is a real sharp one. He sees it up and starts to come out of his crouch, and then a sharp break.
Both catchers with the fingernail paint. And you hope their pitchers see the signs, although apparently didn't happen the last pitch. 1-1.
It's not the most well lit ballpark, is it? It's kind of dark. I'll talk to the players about it if they have that sense here in the night game.
A broken bat flare, 4-base hit. The Cubs are on the board. It's 8-1.
Something for the Cub fans to celebrate. Only a couple of punch outs and a shattered bat, but this one drops in for him, and at least he can salvage a little something for his night. An RBI single on that soft flare to bring home Valbuena.
Still nobody out. Here's Sherholtz.
Good change.
Jose Altuve's got 3 more hits tonight. I'll borrow your line from last night. He can hit a little bit.
Yeah, a little man with a little strike zone and a quick bat.
Now the Astros are trailing the Mariners 6-1. They're in the 8th. Altuve is batting .319 on the year.
Good look at Nate prior to the pitch, kind of casting his eyes downward. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 12 years. Join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live in true HD on over 400 devices. Visit Cubs.com for details. But you see that with a lot of hitters. They cast their eyes away from the pitcher and then set them back on the pitcher when they're ready to go, because it's hard to maintain that intense focus for a real long time. See it with a lot of pitchers. They'll see the target, start their windup, dip their eyes or look away, and then pick the target back up as they're getting ready to throw. Quackenbush is from Land O'Lakes, Florida. 8th round pick in the 2011 draft.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
In fact, the draft right around the corner, June 5th, the amateur draft. A couple of the best prospects in the country right out here in San Diego.
Big draft as they've been for the Cubs here the last few years. The high pick in the first round. Don Roach along with Dale Thayer. Ball 4.
Black considering his options. His dad was a professional hockey player for the Los Angeles Monarchs. I think it was the Pacific Coast League Hockey League.
I think you're right. It's a good call. Mid-40s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Harry Black Sr.
Black, yeah. Harry Ralston Black. That's Buddy's real name. Successful major league pitcher, crafty lefty, won over 100 ball games in his career.
It's Wesley Wright. Back by Kalish. Well, I guess little things tonight. Jose Veras 2 scoreless innings. If you're out there saying, yeah, but it's in a blowout, it's meaningless. Hey, when a guy's struggling and he might be lacking some confidence, it's a big league game. 2 scoreless innings, he'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something, you know,
just
something for him to build on. Yeah.
4 strikeouts. Out of play.
Cubs pinch hitters just 7 out of 65 coming into play tonight. 108 average. That's the lowest in the National League.
Flip to second. A jump by Cabrera. Athletic play. Fielder's choice for Kalish. Alta's out. They're at the corners for Bonifacio.
I think for 3 tonight for Emilio. Punched out in the first. Pretty deep drive to right. One of his better bolts, but it stayed in the ballpark. And then a ground ball to first. A real close play and a real nice play by Yonder Alonso. Back in the 5th.
Just too much elevation. Cubs get one of the beautiful stops here in this area. La Jolla on the water. Could have added more names, but just having a little fun with some great names over the history of baseball. Your bullpen on the left side: Antonio Bastardo, Charlie Furbush, Billy McCool.
Want to hang out with a guy named Billy McCool, don't you?
Futeni, got to go with a short name. Josh Outman is always great. And then you got Quackenbush, Spoonie Barger, Van Landingham, Al Albuquerque, and Win Remmerswall. Actually, I think there are 2 A's there in Remmerswall. Don't want to cheat him out of an extra A.
By a vowel.
Now Wesley Wright. We love you, Wesley. That's kind of boring.
Yeah, put him on there.
Jason Isringhausen missed the cut. So did Bob Walk. Well, Bob was a starter mostly, right? So he wouldn't necessarily fit. Kalish stays in to play center.
Our catcher was here tonight. We could put Doug Goosh on that club as the catcher.
Yeah. How does he spell it?
GWOSDZ. His nickname was iChart.
Switch hitter Headley batting right-handed against the southpaw Wright. Rough night last night for Headley, but he's been really good tonight.
He's kind of drifting into that pitch, never got his front side down, and was late on the fastball. The switch hitter hitting just 130 as a right-handed batter this year. Got to pitch him in the way he dives in.
It's full 3-2. Ball 4, leadoff walk.
Cubs invite you to take advantage of free remote parking and shuttle services on night and weekend games. The remote parking lot is located at 3900 North Rockwell. For details, visit Cubs.com. Could have been. Just a skosh off that outside corner.
No, a goosh.
A goosh. Just a goosh.
Bounced into right. Walking a single, and the Padres threatening yet again. They led 7-0 after 2.
Rizzo was a half a step in that direction, but realized he wasn't going to be able to make a play. When he was pinching towards the middle for the double play, create a little more operating room for Alonso on the right side. Padres have gone down in order only once in this game. That was last inning.
We got Twitter honorable mentions for our list. Dan Quisenberry,
Ooh, yeah.
Paul Ossenmacher, Brandon Puffer.
Puffer on that all-fish team.
Steve Trout. Yeah.
Bass and Trout.
Jerko into the corner, and the Pods will add 1. Glenn Hoffman holding Alonso at third. Who is this team?
No need to push the issue. Well, this is kind of like the Cubs, right? They've had those outlier games this year. The 17-run performance and another 12-run game. We talked a lot here in the early going about the Cubs and their run differential, how it just doesn't mesh with their one-loss record. So I guess this is providing a little correction in the market here tonight, what the Padres are doing. Unfortunate because the Cubs pitching has been so good. Best in the National League in terms of ERA in the month of May coming into play tonight. Starters had a .299 ERA in May. It was the best in the National League. Overall 3.01, tied with Oakland. Dan Quisenberry, man, he was fun. I had a chance to play in a golf tournament with him years ago. Fun guy.
The run in as Venable bounces out. Ten to 1. Quisenberry passed away in 1998.
Brain cancer, right? Quiz?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yep. Astrocytoma. Inside on Grandal.
Always quotable. Quiz said the manager uses a relief pitcher like a 6-shooter. Fires it until it's empty, then he throws the gun at the villain.
swing and a miss. 1-2. Another run will score on a ground out. Chris Denorfia comes off the bench. I'm going to see a position player pitch tonight.
I don't know. You know, some managers are just opposed to it. I don't know what Ricky's philosophy is. Sometimes it's a nice tonic in a game like this.
Yeah,
it's just a little lighthearted, a little comic relief on a tough night at the ballpark.
Obviously, you don't want a position player to get hurt doing it, but
yeah, like Jose Canseco blew out his arm. But you mentioned Barney earlier; he'd be a candidate. Just go in there and just throw some good firm BP. Spin one every now and then if you want to have a little fun.
I think tonight would be the night if you're going to do it.
John Baker would be another candidate.
Two and one on the pinch hitter. Denorfia chopped to third. Barehanded play. Mike Alt out at first. Terrific defensive play by Mike Alt. 3 runs for the Pods. It's 11-1. He had some shoulder issues in spring training and seemed to be a little nervous to start the season, but he settled in over there at third base.
Yeah, that play certainly lives up to the reputation we had heard about his fielding prowess. Nice play with the bare hand. Padres have a new third sacker. It's Alexi Amarista. They got a new pitcher. Don with 2 ends Roach. 1-0 with a 375. One of those 13 appearances coming as a starting pitcher. Fastball, curve, and a splitter.
Lake, Rizzo, and Castro. And that one off the outside. That's a strike. King Felix beating Houston tonight, 6-1 the final. Mariners win. He went 8 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, struck out 9. They go to the 9th in San Francisco. Giants 6, Twins 2. Tim Lincecum, 6 innings, 2 runs.
Sink there at 89 for Roach, so we'll see Lincecum in that series against the Giants, I would think.
Matt Cain, I think, is iffy. We don't know yet.
Got a little hammy issue.
Yeah. Diamondbacks and Mets were postponed tonight in New York. Angels lead Kansas City 6-1 as they go to the 9th in Anaheim. Mike Trout has hit a home run. His 9th. Chris Iannetta with his 4th for the Angels. Ball 4.
Time Jr. has reached tonight. Double first time up. A rare walk taken by Jr. Talk about Olt settling in, and maybe same happening for Junior Lake, getting a little more comfortable here.
It's that split. Roach was a teammate of Bryce Harper's at the College of Southern Nevada 2010. Paid crowd tonight here in San Diego, 26,489 on Friday night. Ground ball, and they get both. So that's Cabrera, Amarista to Alonso. That goes 6-5-3 with the shift put on against the left-handed hitter. Well turned.
If Steve Garvey's here tonight, we should put him down there at first base, and you'd have maybe the shortest infield in the history of the game.
Strike called.
Well, Amarista can be, but 5'5", 5'6", something like that. Cabrera's not a whole lot taller.
Don't see anybody up in the Cubs bullpen. Wesley Wright, 21 pitches in the 7th inning.
Darwin's maybe down in the tunnel underneath doing a little throwing.
I wonder. Back to the mound. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 11-1 Padres. To you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Ford, manufacturers of America's best-selling brand. Check out our best-selling lineup at your local Ford store or online at localfordstores.com. And by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Wesley Wright comes back out. Ball 1 to Cabrera. It's over in San Francisco, 6-2 Giants. The final. It's over in Anaheim, 6-1 Angels. Yeah, it's the only other game going on. This is it. Last one.
One was over essentially pretty early on as the Padres put 7 runs on the board in the first 2 innings. Jackson on a very nice run. Just never really able to settle in tonight. Edwin ended up working 4 innings, allowed 9 hits, 8 runs. It's one of those nights.
Up by Luis Valbuena. 1 down.
I guess the good thing from Edwin's point of view, it's not one of those games where you go back to your hotel room at night and sit there and go, man, if I'd only made this pitch, or if I'd been able to get so-and-so. 5 different Padre hitters with 2 hits in the ball game. Padre manager Bud Black was not here last night. Dave Roberts, his bench coach, ran the club last evening. So I'm assuming at some point during the game, Buddy turned to him and said, "This is how you do it. This is how you manage, my friend."
Only it were that easy. Wright's 2-strike offering is high. Back with you tomorrow night. Probably Billy Buckner from the minor leagues coming up to start for the Padres against left-hander Travis Wood. Jason Hamill, Ian Kennedy on Sunday. Wright has a sign from Castillo, and the pitch fouled back. Well, whenever we're in San Francisco, invariably Candlestick Park comes up, but we don't make too many references to old Jack Murphy Stadium when we come here.
The Murph, and then became Qualcomm. Yeah.
Now you mentioned lighting. That was always an issue there.
Yeah, and I think Candlestick, just because of all the wind and all the craziness out there, was it's one of those places that people don't necessarily remember fondly, but you wear it with a badge of honor that you've survived Candlestick. You either played there or sat out there for a real cold night game or extra inning affair and earned yourself the quad of Candlestick. The Murph served the Padres well for a long time, but just didn't really have that charm. And this is a beautiful ballpark.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. You know where it's located? The 8 and the 15.
Take the 8 to the 15. Over there by Friars Road.
Jack Murphy, the brother of Bob Murphy. That's broadcaster. Strike to Seth Smith.
Jack was a sports writer, right?
Yeah. Yep. The first full-color outdoor scoreboard was located at the Murph. Now Bueno will get the out. Nice job by Wright to get through the 8th. 11-1. Yeah, you imagine this song playing in his imaginary earphones.
Oh, they're getting ready to ring the bell out there.
Yeah.
Ring it before the game. They had former Padre Terry Kennedy out there ringing the bell, part of that '84 team that's being celebrated this weekend. Looks like they're getting ready to ring it after the game. Must be they ring it after they win. Don't get too giddy out there. We've got 3 outs to play with, Mr. Fryer. The veteran right-hander Joaquin Benoit.
Well, Bueno with the only Cubs run. Extended his hit streak to 7 with a double in the 7th. Well, you had Jackson, who had a sub-2 May ERA coming in. You had a bullpen night for the Padres, and it's 11-1 San Diego. There you have it. It's baseball in a nutshell. Tomorrow night's Cubs starter, Travis Wood. Pop foul, out of play. And some tweets asking what the RAK is on the Padres jersey. It's for Ray Kroc, who died in 1984. Padres owner. As foul, Bueno went around, strike 3. Ray Kroc was born in Oak Park, Illinois. And opened the very first McDonald's in Des Plaines. Hit hard on the ground into left for a base hit. Castillo's 2 for 4.
Yeah, well, the McDonald's brothers, a little local hamburger stand out here in Southern California, right? And then Ray bought in. Worked out pretty well for him. Still see his name all over this city. A lot of good work here.
High in the air off the bat of Nate Scherholtz, and it's going to stay in. Boy, that felt like a home run, but not here. 390 plus.
And still looking for that first one, but better swings lately. Ripped a double to right field last night. He's been getting beat by fastballs, and I believe that's what he just jumped on right there. That's a positive sign, because Benoit can rush it up there pretty good. Big part of the yard, and it dies in the glove of Cameron Maybin.
Two outs in the 9th. And 1 ball, no strikes on Olt. Two and one. Two and two. Benoit still throws hard. Mid-90s here. The kick and the pitch, and the Padres win game 2. Final score tonight, Padres 11, Cubs 1. We'll be back in a moment.